Hello everyone, Namaste, welcome to my channel. I just conducted a webinar on the result preparation policy of CBSE for class 12th of 2021. The webinar was for around 1 hour and 10 minutes. So what I thought is make a shorter version of the whole thing so that those who really do not have much time to go for a 1 hour webinar and watch the entire video in detail can get the things 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll be covering the entire session or the whole policy within next 15 minutes max, and I hope that will be useful to you. So without wasting any further time, let me share my screen with you and let's get going. Okay. So the first thing that I need to point out is the weightage of the examinations given by CBSE. The first is class 10th. We are considering class 10th weightage also for class 12th. ये इसलिए किया गया है क्योंकि class 10th ये बैच बच्चों का लास्ट बोर्ड एग्जाम था जो ऑफिशियली उन्होंने अटेम्प्ट किया. तो एक ऑफिशियल स्कोर, उसका एक वैल्यू है कि बच्चे ने एक बार एक एग्जामिनेशन में अपियर हुआ, क्लास 10th ही सही, लेकिन उसको टेस्ट किया गया बोर्ड एग्जाम के लेवल में. तो उसका जो स्कोर है उसका वैलिडिटी मानते हुए उसका 30% वेटेज लिया जा रहा है. और वो 30% किसका? पूरा बोर्ड एग्जाम का रिजल्ट का नहीं, बोर्ड एग्जाम ऑफ 10th का टॉप 3 परफॉर्मिंग सब्जेक्ट्स, जो 5 सब्जेक्ट है मेन सब्जेक्ट्स है, उसमें से 3 सब्जेक्ट का ही जो टॉप 3 सब्जेक्ट है उसका एवरेज लेके 30% वेटेज उसका निकाला जा रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल 80 में स्कोर लिया जाएगा. एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, इट्स गोइंग टू बी द थ्योरी कंपोनेंट. तो यहाँ पर प्रैक्टिकल और इंटरनल असेसमेंट को हटा दिया गया साइड में. इट्स ओनली द थ्योरी कंपोनेंट, दैट इज 80 में बच्चे को जितना मिला था, टॉप 3 सब्जेक्ट्स का एवरेज निकाल के उसको 30% में कन्वर्ट करो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर बच्चे ने टॉप 3 सब्जेक्ट में 70, 75 और 80 मिला होगा, तो 70 + 75 + 80 उसको डिवाइड करना है 3 से और उसको 30% में कन्वर्ट करना है, उसका 30% वेटेज लेना है. तो अभी ये जो 30% है वो एक रिजल्ट कंपोनेंट बन गया. 11th का जो फाइनल एग्जाम हुआ था इन बच्चों का, उस वक्त लॉकडाउन नहीं था, तो 11th का जो एग्जाम इन बच्चों ने दिया था वो नॉर्मल कंडीशन में हुआ था, क्योंकि फेब-मार्च तक सबका एग्जाम हो जाता है और लॉकडाउन आपको मालूम है कि लगभग 21 से 23 अप्रैल 2020 इस समय शुरू हुआ था. तो इसके वजह से क्या हो रहा है कि इन बच्चों का 11th का एग्जाम जो था वो एग्जामिनेशन एनवायरनमेंट में दिया गया था, तो उसका भी 30% वेटेज लिया जा रहा है. और क्लास 12th का कोई भी एग्जाम, चाहे वो यूनिट टेस्ट हो, मिड टर्म हो, प्री बोर्ड हो, कोई एक या सारे सब्जेक्ट का एवरेज निकाल के उसका 40% लिया जा रहा है. सो दिस इज हाउ इट इज बिकमिंग 100%, 30 + 30 + 40. सो आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. अभी इसमें खास क्या है, इंटरनल असेसमेंट का जो स्कोर है, जो स्कूल प्रोवाइड करता है इंटरनल असेसमेंट और प्रैक्टिकल का स्कोर, वो जिस तरह से किया गया है उस तरह से उसको रियल जो वैल्यू है उसको अपलोड करना है और उस स्कोर को माना जाएगा. सो द इंटरनल स्कोर एज वेल एज द प्रैक्टिकल असेसमेंट का जो स्कोर है, द रियल वैल्यू ऑफ दैट इज बीइंग कंसिडर्ड फॉर दिस ईयर. और टोटल जो स्कोर है ना, अभी बोर्ड का जो पॉलिसी है कि इस तरह का जब इंटरनल असेसमेंट के जरिए रिजल्ट डिक्लेरेशन हो रहा है तो एक रेफरेंस ईयर को माना जाता है. तो ये रेफरेंस ईयर जो है 2018, 19 और 20, अमंग दिस 3 इयर्स उस स्कूल का सबसे जो बेस्ट रिजल्ट हुआ जिस साल में, उस साल का स्कोर को रेफरेंस स्कोर माना जाएगा और इस साल का स्कोर को उसके साथ मैच करवा के रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर किया जाएगा. असेसमेंट एंड इट्स कंपोनेंट में क्या दिया जा रहा है कि आपको मालूम है कि हर एक सब्जेक्ट 12th में उसका थ्योरी परसेंटेज या थ्योरी का जो मार्क्स है वो वैरी करता है. कुछ सब्जेक्ट में 80 फुल मार्क्स है, कुछ में 70, 60, 50, 30. जैसे म्यूजिक वगैरह हो गया, उसमें 30% का ही थ्योरी होता है, बाकी सब प्रैक्टिकल है. तो ये अलग अलग वेटेज का थ्योरी मार्क्स है. उसमें बोर्ड एग्जाम का 10th का 30% वेटेज लेने से कितना मार्क्स आता है ये बॉक्स वो दिखाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल 30% ऑफ 80 is 24, 30% ऑफ 70 is 21, 30% ऑफ 60 is 18 एंड सो ऑन. उसी तरह से 11th का भी उसी तरह से किया गया है और 12th का भी 40% ये फुल स्कोर का लिया गया है और उतना मार्क्स इसमें बैठाया हुआ है. सो नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि 10th का 24 मार्क्स, 11th का 24 मार्क्स और 12th का 32 मार्क्स लेके 80 मार्क्स फॉर्मेशन होगा। और इसके साथ अगर आप इंटरनल असेसमेंट या प्रैक्टिकल ऐड कर दो तो ये 12th और इंटरनल असेसमेंट का जो स्कोर है वो दोनों मिला के 12th स्टैंडर्ड का टोटल मार्क्स का वेटेज आ जाएगा। 12th स्टैंडर्ड का जो वेटेज बन रहा है वो है 52 मार्क्स if it is a 80 marks theory paper, 58 marks if it's a 70 marks theory paper, 64 marks if it's a 60 marks theory paper and so on। ये आप देख सकते हैं चार्ट किस तरह से बना हुआ है। तो ये 52 कहां से आया? 32 इस साल का जो यूनिट टेस्ट, मिड टर्म, पोस्ट मिड टर्म, उसका एक या सबका एवरेज लेके उसका 40% वेटेज लेना है और 80 का 40% 32 होता है। और अगर 80 मार्क्स का थ्योरी है तो 20 मार्क्स का प्रैक्टिकल होता है या इंटरनल असेसमेंट होता है। तो ये 20 मार्क्स का इंटरनल असेसमेंट और ये 32 मार्क्स मिला के उस साल 12th का स्कोर इतना वेटेज बन रहा है। सो आई होप इट इज वेरी क्लियर कि 12वीं कक्षा का 2021 में 52 मार्क्स कंसिडर हो रहा है इंक्लूडिंग इंटरनल और प्रैक्टिकल्स, 11th का 24 मार्क्स और 10th का 24 मार्क्स प्रोवाइडेड द थ्योरी इज 80। अगर फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, बायो जिसमें थ्योरी 70 मार्क्स का होता है उसके लिए ये कॉलम है। अगर आईटी पकड़ लो उसमें 60 मार्क्स का थ्योरी होता है, उसके लिए ये कॉलम है। म्यूजिक लेना है आपको, कर्नाटक म्यूजिक या इस तरह से, तो उसमें 30 मार्क्स का थ्योरी होता है, उसके लिए ये बॉक्स है। सो आई होप इट इज वेरी क्लियर नाउ। नेक्स्ट, आपको मॉडरेशन जब करना होगा, रेफरेंस ईयर का स्कोर रहेगा जस्ट लाइक 10th स्टैंडर्ड में एक साल का रेफरेंस स्कोर बताया गया था और उस स्कोर को मैच करना होता था। इस बार 12th में भी वैसा ही बताया गया है। 12th का रेफरेंस या स्कोर 3 साल में जो बेस्ट स्कोर है सब्जेक्ट वाइज और ओवरऑल एवरेज में, वो स्कोर को माना जाएगा और उस हिसाब से आप 12th का स्कोर को मॉडरेट कर सकते हैं। 11th का भी जो स्कोर है वो इंटरनल असेसमेंट का ही स्कोर है, स्कूल का लेवल का एग्जाम का स्कोर लिया जा रहा है, उसका वेटेज 30% है, उसको भी आप मॉडरेट कर सकते हो रेफरेंस ईयर का स्कोर को मैच करने के लिए। लेकिन क्लास 10th का जो स्कोर है वो बोर्ड एग्जाम का स्कोर है, तो आप रेफरेंस ईयर का स्कोर को मैच करने के लिए जब मॉडरेट करेंगे, ये बोर्ड एग्जाम के मार्क्स को आप छेड़छाड़ ना करें, इसको मॉडरेट ना करें। सो इन केस ऑफ मॉडरेशन यू हैव टू ओनली डू विथ क्लास 12th एंड क्लास 11th बट नॉट टच द क्लास 10th स्कोर। रेफरेंस ईयर 2018-19-20 में जो साल आपका सबसे हाईएस्ट परफॉर्मिंग ईयर रहा, उस साल का स्कोर को आपको रेफरेंस ईयर के तौर पे दिया जाएगा, उसका डेटा बोर्ड आपको प्रोवाइड करेगा और सब्जेक्ट के साथ और ओवरऑल एवरेज के साथ आपको मैच करवाना है इस साल का डेटा को। 10th का साथ फर्क क्या आ गया इस बार 12th का? 10th में सब्जेक्ट वाइज रेफरेंस ईयर और इस साल का स्कोर का डिफरेंस +- 2 मार्क्स बोला गया था, लेकिन 12th के लिए वो +- 5 मार्क्स हो गया। यानी कि अगर रेफरेंस ईयर में कोई सब्जेक्ट का एवरेज 55 है, देन आप उस 55 को आप 50 भी बना सकते हो या 60 भी बना सकते हो, आपको +- 5 का विंडो मिल रहा है। सो टू मॉडरेट द स्कोर यू कैन deviate from the reference year score bus of an individual subject by +- 5। उसी तरह से जो ओवरऑल एवरेज है उससे डिविएट अगर आपको करना है तो आप पहले 10th में एक भी मार्क्स का डिविएट नहीं हो रहा था। In 10th standard board exam result preparation, you saw that the overall average had to be exactly same or little bit less than the reference year. But here in class 12th, there's again a change. It is being told कि overall average जो reference year का है, उससे आप 2 marks ज्यादा तक जा सकते हो. So there is a scope of, crossing the reference year score by 2 marks for class 12th result preparation. That's a very good thing. Next, aligning scores with the range. आपको range इस साल भी मिलेगा, लेकिन उसमें खास क्या बोला जा रहा है कि range आपको नंबर वाइज एग्जैक्टली मैच नहीं करने से भी चलेगा। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपको 26 to 40 के रेंज में 2 बच्चे आ रहे थे एज पर द रेफरेंस रेंज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द बोर्ड, लेकिन आपने देखा इस साल एक ही बच्चा उस रेंज में आ सकता है, दूसरा बच्चा नहीं आ सकता है। सो यू कैन डिविएट एंड कीप ओनली 1 चाइल्ड इन दैट विदाउट बॉदरिंग टू मच। लेकिन इसमें बताया गया है कि आपको थोड़ा बहुत फर्क करने के लिए बोला गया है, आसमान जमीन का फर्क मत कर दो। डू नॉट डिविएट टू अ ग्रेट एक्सटेंट, यू कैन डिविएट मार्जिनली keeping the broad reference range as same as far as practicable. Little bit here and there, changes are acceptable, but not completely turning over the whole thing and making a different range altogether. Next, the result committee preparation, it is being told very clearly now, is going to be a 5-member committee, the principal and 2 internal teachers who are going to be the senior PGTs teaching in class 12th. No teacher from class 10th or below that is to be taken. Only for class 12th and 11th, those who teach, they are going to be in the committee, and 2 members from the school and 2 members from a neighborhood senior secondary school. It's a very important thing, need to be understood very clearly कि आपका नजदीक में जो स्कूल है वो अगर सेकेंडरी स्कूल है वहां से आप एक्सटर्नल टीचर मत लीजिए, अगर वो सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल है तभी आप वहां से टीचर लीजिए. So only take teachers from senior secondary schools, those who are PGTs, not TGTs, or for those schools which are at a secondary level only, you cannot take teachers from there. Other conditions of the result preparation committee, like you cannot exchange and all other things, remain same as that of the 10th standard, 10th standard result preparation. Another important change over here is you can add an IT help desk person or IT member rather. आपका जो computer teacher है, you can add that teacher as well, and that teacher will also be remunerated, which was not the case in 10th standard board preparation, result preparation. So IT teacher can be added. And what about other subject teachers? Do they have a role to play? Yes, they have a role to play. You can invite them as special invitee. They will be a part of the decision-making process, but not officially result committee members. So if, let's say, you have taken the maths and the physics teacher, someone who is teaching, let's say, chemistry may be a part of this decision-making process, because the chemistry teacher needs to share his or her view on students' performance for chemistry, but he or she will not be a member of the result committee. They will be only invited, special invitees. Exceptions: if there is a subject where the number of children is less than 10, in such subjects it is told, do not consider the subject average score, only go by the board's overall score of that particular school. For example, if I have a subject, let's say economics, and I have less than 10 students in that, 3 students. So here I did not match the economic score cut by cut, marks by marks. I can see the overall average and moderate the economics marks of those children who is, the number of students should be less than 10 accordingly. So very simple words, अगर आपके बच्चे एक सब्जेक्ट में 10 से कम हैं, in that case, do not take the reference year score very strictly and rigidly. You can ignore that reference year score for that subject. Only consider the reference year overall average. Now, the range of marks can be deviated a little bit. It's told over here, but not grossly. That I already covered, right? If it is an assessment of subjects other than the 5 major subjects, what to do with those? In case of new subjects, what to do with those? Those which were not there in the earlier years, but this year the school has taken up new subjects. What to do with those? And subjects that have been changed from class 11 to class 12. For example, let's say a child had biology in class 11 and dropped it and took IT in class 12. If such a case, in that case, what has to be done? It is very clearly told over here. In such cases, the assessment shall be done by awarding average of the best 3 subjects. So, best 3 subjects of that particular student is to be taken, and the marks can be awarded based on that. So very clearly read this. As per the scheme of studies, if any student has opted for more than 5 subjects, then mean marks of the best 3 subjects out of maximum allotted marks after conversion in case of maximum marks are other than 80 may be awarded in that subject. Similarly, subject whose examination was to be conducted for the first time in 2021, assessment of such subject shall be done by awarding average of the best 3 subjects. So best 3 subjects of that particular student, right? Candidates who did not appear, absent candidates or the candidates who missed out any of the assessment which is being calculated to make the board exam result or to form the board exam result. For example, 12th midterm someone has not given, or 12th pre-board someone has not given, what to do in such cases. It is told very clearly again over here that the school will not conduct any examination now. So do not try to conduct an examination now if you have not conducted it earlier. Committee will do an objective assessment of such students using the information of class 10, 11 and class 12 by recording evidence in this regard. So to give the marks to such students who missed any of the examinations like midterm, unit test or pre-board, the internal committee members can check other assessments the child has appeared for in class 12th or class 11th and consider those examinations or even the projects and give the marks accordingly. The only thing is it should be free from any sort of bias, partiality, prejudice. It has to be done keeping in mind and bringing out and awarding the score that the child deserves. So the teachers are the best judges to understand how much the child could have scored even if the child would have appeared in the examination, and that he can understand or she can understand by looking into the other performances of the child in that class or the previous classes and do accordingly. The result committee can document it in the rational document and take the decision. Candidate with benchmark disabilities, the same thing is told over here, that do not reassess the child again now, but give the marks based on the performance of the child in different other assessments or class observations and such things, projects. CBSE will give the scores of class 10th if the child was from a CBSE school, that is the 10th standard the child has passed from a CBSE board. The scores will be provided by CBSE. In case the child is not from a CBSE board and from any other board, the score will, CBSE is trying to procure that score. I just got a circular right now, which was forwarded to me by Dharmadhikari sir, Regional Director of Pune. So I found in that it was clearly written. I'll show you that circular to you as well, that CBSE will try to procure marks for other boards as well so that the school can verify it. And it will be giving the score of CBSE board also to the schools in their login so that they can check. Frequently asked questions will be uploaded, webinars will be conducted, and the city coordinator will play a key role. Any questions you have, you can direct it to the city coordinator, who in turn can be instrumental in forwarding such queries to the regional office or to the examination department in the given email ID. So if you have any query, always get back to your city coordinator and he or she will be forwarding your query to the board. Apart from that, a help desk will be set up by the Central Board of Secondary Education. The operating hours will be 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. on working days. And a support software also will be provided by the board, which will be helping the calculation of marks and even understanding if the marks has been calculated as per the policy of the board, then it will accept, otherwise it will not accept. So here CBSE has given an indication in the news circular that I was referring to, that it will provide a software which is going to be of great help to the school. The deadlines are result committee formation, identification of students if they have changed the subjects, collecting the board exam marks of class 10th, and finding out the maximum marks for each subject. All these internal works to be done by 23rd of June 2021. Even the soft copy of the class 10th marks, class 11 marks, class 12th marks, all these soft copies have to be kept ready by 23rd June. And remember, when I say soft copy, it is not just the score, but the weightage that has been assigned to it. So 30%, 30%, 40%, 10th, 11th, and 12th, that score is to be taken. By 30th June, finalization of the roadmap scheduled by the committee. So you decide by 30th June, how the moderation is to be done, things like that. Finalization of the result and uploading of the marks should be done by 15th of July. So that is the last date of uploading of the marks, and moderation should be done before that, and uploading and finalization to be done by 15 July. And from CBSE end, subject-wise reference scores and distribution of marks will be provided by 28th of June. Availability of the portal for uploading of the marks will be done on 8th July, and declaration of the result will be done by 31st of July. School should not wait for the last date. It is told, try to do it, as quickly as you can. But again, I would give a reminder over here, do not rush, because a lot of times you have seen that board has come up with few changes through FAQ. So it's always better to finalize the thing, 5 to 6 days before the deadline. That gives you enough buffer to do something or make changes if something has gone wrong. At the same time, if something has been or something will be changed by CBSE in later time, you can get a feel of that and take the decision accordingly after seeing those FAQs that are published at some later point in time. All the documents that you're forming, including the rational document, remember one thing, the school committee is taking all the decisions as per the slabs provided of the reference year, but other decisions, that which test to consider, how much weightage to give, all these things, is in the hands of the result committee. So the committee needs to maintain the rational document where they justify if they have deviated from the board's direction anywhere. For example, the school has found that one child did not give unit test, midterm and pre-board, but the child is there in class 12 and is not absent as well, attending classes. Somehow he missed their examination because of COVID, health not being proper. So in that case, what you can do is you can document for this particular child, we are considering a test that was conducted for a particular topic, or we are considering the class performance of the child and giving a marks based on the performance of the child, how he responds in the class. So this will be shared by the subject teacher, and that will be a valid reading because the teachers observe the students properly and they can tell that how much the child could have scored if he or she appeared for the exam. So for these things, you need to document very clearly in the rational document what you are doing, preferably for every child. If you give the explanation that if there is a deviation that you have made, why is it done and what are the things that you checked to award that marks to the child. So happy moderation. So I hope everything is now clear with you. I have a detailed webinar that I have on my channel. If you're interested for more, go back and check out that channel. That webinar that is conducted today's date itself, a bit earlier. And if you have any questions, I'll leave my WhatsApp number in the chat box, or rather in the description box. I will also keep a link of my WhatsApp group, Telegram group rather. If you want, you can join that Telegram group, and all my future webinars and sessions that I take, you can be a part of that. So if you have not subscribed my channel, I would strongly recommend subscribe it, hit the bell icon, because I'll take lots of good sessions. Even if you go back and see the channel, there are a lot of sessions, a lot of things are coming up. So do not miss it. Be the first one to know by clicking on the bell icon that a session is going on. So thank you, everyone. I don't want to prolong the video. I again remind, if you want to see it in detail, you have certain questions, go back and watch the webinar that I conducted for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Today's date in the same channel. Thank you. Bye-bye. Namaste.